What's going on, everyone, and welcome to the Trail Theory Podcast. I'm Brian.
I'm Alex.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Pfeiffer.
Welcome back, everybody, to a new episode of the Trail Theory Podcast. Fresh boys. Let's go.
That was a good snap.
Good ASMR stuff.
That one ripped, bro.
Let's go.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Yeah. The Ball Corporation is really satisfied with that sound.
Yeah, right.
That's like the picturesque sound.
Yeah.
Dude, you gotta ISO that, man. That's a good one.
We'll just keep that on repeat the whole episode. No, as you can tell from what you clicked, this episode is about your second trip. Kind of, you finish your first trip, you're about to plan your second trip. Maybe there's new pieces of gear you're going to get.
What are you thinking about?
Maybe, you're thinking about the trail a different way. You're thinking about how, you want to sleep differently. There's a lot of things that go into that second trip, I feel like.
Your blisters have healed.
Maybe your blisters have healed. Maybe you bought some proper boots.
Who knows? You might turn around real quick after that first one because you're like, damn, that was great. I got to get out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I will also say, and I think when we started talking about this topic, this was, I think, this is an interesting turning point because after your first trip, there's one of two things happens. Either one, you're just all in, right? And you're just like, I want to buy all the shit. I want this, I want that. I see the gear, like the path to newer gear, whatever. Or there's probably people that are like, all right, I need to try that one more time to see if I actually really like it.
Yeah. I told you guys, I have a friend who
might not.
Because he went to Dolly Sods and he was like, it kicked my ass. I don't really like backpacking, but I go because I like going with my friends.
Yeah.
Which is such a funny thing. But I get it, I do this podcast because I don't really like it. But,
right.
I like hanging with you guys.
I just hang out.
Yeah. I'm kidding.
Come on now.
Yeah, comment down below how you think about that comment.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. What a dick.
Whammo!
What? I just said I like you guys.
Oh, man.
There's a lot of things to think about because post first trip, let's say that you did love it, but you're probably feeling some new things. I remember after the first trip, outside of gear things that I wanted to change, I remember being extremely sore and worn out, and I wasn't. No, I guess I wasn't out of shape. I've never really been out of shape, but I wasn't in shape, that's for sure.
Right.
And that definitely was I need to be a little bit more fit for this.
It was a humbling experience,
dude.
I think.
For sure.
You get 30 miles with 30 to 40 pounds on your back. That's different.
You've never done that before?
That's a different kind of thing.
And
in
I think
the woods, hiking?
what stood out to me is after the first. So if after your first trip, that soreness, I think all of us were pretty beat up.
Yeah,
I was borderline injured. I talked about my boots being so heavy because I used my old standard issue boots.
Yeah.
And the backs of my knees. I think I strained some stuff going on. But if you
permanent nerve damage.
One thing that stood out to me that I knew I was in, like you said, is I was walking up the steps after the trip, and that pain of it hurts and the soreness and for days after, every time you go up the steps, and I was smiling.
But it felt rewarding.
Yeah,
it felt like you accomplished.
Dude, I was so ginger on the stairs.
Yeah,
I was
days. Right, I think it took 3 days for me to get my body back.
Good 3 days.
But it made me happy because it was I know what that's from, and that was awesome.
So I was just looking because I was curious. So how many months do you think it was between our first trip and our second trip?
Oh gosh, probably 6 at least.
No.
Between our
12.
first and second, it was.
Because it was fall of one year into the spring of the next, right?
Yeah, I think.
Was it?
So it was 8.
I think. No, dude, it would have had to have been.
Dolly Sods was 04.
6 months.
8. So it was April. 6 months, brother.
That's what I said.
04 2018 was Dolly Sods. 03 2019 was Little Sod.
So a year.
11 months.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What?
Yikes.
Yeah, isn't that hard to believe? I'm shocked myself.
That's before
we
were getting to,
and then waited and
Yeah.
did spring again.
Yeah, we had little kids, man.
That's before we were doing 2 a year, though. We hadn't really got into the cycle at that point.
I think we were having babies. People were having
That's
babies.
blowing my
Things were
mind.
happening. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
We already had the kid.
I had a
Once you
kid
have
that
one.
fall.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. You guys
in 2018.
Yeah.
So,
dude, crazy. That's a long ass time.
So it's after your first trip.
Oh,
You're having a bunch of kids.
Imagine if you had to wait 11 months now to go backpacking again. I'd be ticked off.
Yeah, no, that'd be not good.
I'd be ticked off.
Yeah, I mean,
I'd be really ticked off, I think. Yeah,
that really cheeses me.
Yeah. Dude.
So
that kind of blew my mind. I didn't know that it was almost a full year.
Yeah.
yeah.
Which
Shit.
probably isn't that uncommon because it's tough.
yeah, I mean, it's a lot
it's
of
hard to get
coordination.
out.
To get out
Yeah.
for that period of time. I mean, even a few nights out is a if you're
But
have
also,
kids and all that
I
stuff,
didn't
it's
go
tough.
for a hike. I didn't have a bonfire for those 11 months.
Yeah.
I never saw the outside.
I never saw the
Yeah.
outside. No, I mean, we did other things. It's just we didn't do overnight backpacking trips.
So I think for me, after the first one, I think I remember and growing up camping, so I knew I liked the camping aspect of it. And I knew like, okay,
Right.
I wanted to get into that more. But I think there was a little bit of animosity, maybe is the wrong word, but like a little bit of tension where I was like, I don't know if I'm all in on this, if this is my thing, or if I want it to be a thing. I liked the camping aspect, but yeah, there were a lot of question marks.
I was all in, dude. I was like, this is my new thing, man.
Yeah.
I am going to research everything now.
That's
I'm
also
going to
very-
research.
And
That's
now,
very
and now,
European.
Yeah.
and
But
now
like
you're
your
like, oh, I don't
personality.
care. I don't care what trail we do. I'm
no,
not
I
going to
don't care what
research it
trail
all.
we do. No. After planning all the, not planning all the trips, but like being a huge part of planning trips and routing them out and stuff like that.
Finally
It's someone
taking a
else's
day
turn.
off. It's finally taking a day off.
Yeah,
It's 18
Someone
tapping
else's
out.
turn. Yeah.
I've volunteered for this role with Alex. I want Alex to help me out because I mean,
No, you do it yourself.
We're going to compare notes.
I still haven't seen the trail yet.
Yeah.
You don't need to.
What are you waiting
There's
for?
See it
time
on the way out.
Hey, man. You're not planning it. Relax.
We're going in 2 months.
You don't need to know.
Are we gonna find out within a couple weeks before?
You know what? I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah.
In the
How about
van.
that?
In the van on the way. That's when we'll find
How
out.
about that?
I'm not
You're
driving
like,
either.
Wait, I thought we were going east. Why are we going south? And you're like, yeah, you didn't want to see the trail.
Maybe
we're going somewhere else.
I didn't say I didn't want to see the trail. I just said I didn't want to plan it.
All right, well, when it's ready, you'll see.
I know
it.
where we're going.
Do you? No, I'm kidding. I guess we haven't really talked about that at all because this is about second trips and not 48,
19.
But we're going. It's my first time, but the gang is going back to the Adirondacks
Blah,
this
blah.
fall.
Blah,
So
blah.
we're
6 more
starting to
peaks.
plan that. Yeah, we're starting to plan that trip. I'm excited because I've been digging in and finding some cool stuff, some stuff that I know I want us to tackle. So it's going to be fun. Plus, we're doing a little bit more, we got to do the bear cans and all that kind of stuff. So a little bit more research with bear safety. So no, it'll be fun. I'm excited to tackle that. But we're not talking about 40th trips. We're talking about the second trip.
But I did get very, very heavily
Yeah.
obsessed with backpacking and looking
Yes.
at the gear and looking at the people that were doing the trips and reviews and getting more introduced to through hiking and kind of more into like mountaineering, and like it really took over my fucking life.
I will say this: it very clearly became a thing that I knew I was going to want to do again with the group.
Yeah.
And like that, I guess that part I knew for sure. Wasn't sure like how quickly it would become like part of my identity.
Yeah, we knew. I think I knew on the first trip. I was like, oh, we're doing this every year. Like this is the boys doing our thing. And
I
then
agree.
we got way more involved
We got
in
swept
it
up
than
in it,
just
for
that.
sure.
But at least during that, I was like, okay, we're gonna do this will at least be an annual thing. This will be fun. We'll do
7
our
signs
thing.
you're obsessed with backpacking. Number 1, you have a podcast. Nope. Wouldn't that be funny?
You have 3 or more packs hanging near the door for different occasions.
Yes.
Brian definitely has that.
yeah.
You have more trail shoes than street shoes. Yes.
No.
Well,
No.
I should say this. Street shoes. I mean, I definitely have more running, trail, hiking, like
Austin,
all those.
you
style
have
shoes.
900 shoes.
Yeah, I guess. I guess I don't
You,
count.
you need a room for your shoes.
I literally do. Your shirts have thin spots where the day packs rub your sides.
These people got to
You
get
just
better
buy-
gear.
you
This
just
is
gotta
a
get
bad
better.
list.
Yeah. You scan online dating profiles for hiking as a keyword.
No.
I mean,
Well, also we're all married.
Yeah, we're all on the dating profiles all the time.
I've never ever been on the dating app thing was before us.
It was
or after us too,
yeah.
rather.
Thank God.
Yeah,
man.
that would have been. Dude, we were talking about. My wife and I were just talking about like maybe 3 days ago. It's like, and I'm so glad that we never had to do that.
Never had to do that.
I heard they're just littered with bots now.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
It's pretty crazy.
Don't know.
Wow.
I am so happy I didn't have to deal with that shit.
You lived in a new town for nearly 6 months and can't find your way to Costco, yet locals call you for trail advice.
That's very specific.
This trail list is
Was this website made in like
bad.
2002?
Yeah.
Paul,
This
what
is
do you
bad.
have us on right now?
The
I'm
Active
just
Explorer.
I'm just surfing.
Yeah,
Just
Paul
surfing
is
the web.
a mega Googler. He just starts typing in whatever we're talking about. So
Oh, man.
But yeah, I think so. Yeah, after trip 1, I know we talked about it a lot. So for those 11 months,
We did
before,
talk
it was
about it
just,
a lot.
There
You're
was,
right.
there was a lot of chatter.
It was just all talking about backpacking all the time, which is what started the idea of the campfire conversations and sort of the foundation for this podcast was because after we went, we just talked about it all the time.
Talk. I'm sorry, I don't want to mean to interrupt because you said something that maybe triggered me a little. You said identify. Do you identify like that? Is that like part of you said my
part
identity?
of my identity, yeah.
Is that
It's like camping and all that.
It's
Yeah.
one of his pronouns. It's backpacker.
I feel the same way about that though. I feel like part of my identity is this.
I would say like from the outside looking in, if someone was like analyzed what I do on weekends and shit, they'd be like, yeah, you guys are into camping and shit.
Yeah.
It becomes something when you introduce yourself to somebody. It's a thing.
Yeah,
that-
100%.
It's a thing you mention. You know,
Like, oh,
It's
what do you
what do you like?
someone
to do?
at work asked me the other day, like, oh, how many nights a year do you sleep outside? It's like I could a lot. Yeah, like I mean, it's a thing. But yeah, I would say to some degree, like it's part of my identity.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't want to
And
cut you off. I wanted to hit that
but-
before I forgot about
No,
it.
that-
I don't
yeah.
do it for that reason. It's just it's the byproduct of what I like.
Yeah, and I
doing.
think, and that's kind of where I was going. Is that for all of us after that first trip, it was like, okay, this is the thing that all of us like. That we just naturally all talk about it, and then that feeds into the next trip, and then we talk about that one.
So going back to that, like I guess this is not the episode, but you talked about like your identity and things like that, and like kind of like what people just know about you. It's funny because I had a coworker doesn't know I have the podcast, fairly newer employee, but knows that I go backpacking, knows that I went on like the most recent trip and everything like that, and asked me advice because they want to do a trip, first time, actually kind of an intense trip. There's a pilgrimage out in Spain.
Oh, I know what this is.
Yeah.
And I can't remember the name exactly. It's like the Camino de Santiago, something. I can't quite remember what the name of it is, but it's a big, like, long through hike. You know, it will take a couple weeks. But he was asking me advice about packs and things like that.
Camino de Santiago.
I said it right. Wow, that's
Thank
surprising,
you, man.
I think we've got some our seminarian boys out there right now, or they just did it recently. For the here in the diocese. There's a group of priests or a group of seminarians going out to do it.
But anyways, like
Look how long that is.
like
Cool.
just
long.
Look at that.
he asked me like one. He didn't know I had the podcast. He does now. But I was
He was like,
asked
yeah,
me for
I
advice
checked
for like
out this cool podcast.
packs and stuff like that. Like he was retired and he's like, I need to like, what kind of pack should I be looking for? Like blah blah blah. I even told him advice and like going to the gym. I was like, dude, you need to hit that Stairmaster and like get that stuff set up and everything like that. So it was kind of interesting that like I never, again, we have a podcast, so it's kind of weird, but like I never really saw myself as somebody like, oh, like bring your, come to me for advice, I'll give it to the people, you know. But he like recognized like
literally
what I
you
did,
do
who
on
I
this,
am,
though.
and what I am. I know, sheepishly, but
Yeah, I agree. I don't like go out and like I'm not like banging the hey, we have a podcast, check it out. Like you know.
dude, you need to learn how to be a great backpacker and what like. I have the answers. Like
listen to all 109 episodes.
I've always
Look, we've never said
I've
that we were
always
live.
said that I'm not the
We're
expert,
not the experts.
but I will,
Yeah.
you know, talk about what I like and what I
But
don't
we're
like.
highly interested in this topic. I mean, that's I think.
It sort of just becomes obvious to
expert
people at a certain
adjacent,
point,
right?
So
You know?
it is funny, and I can't remember if we've talked about this at any point or in like an episode or not. But when Allison and I went on our honeymoon to Colorado, we hiked every day. And the one day we like Allison's uncle has a house out there, and we were borrowing these packs at his house. And I remember Allison said to me at one point, she goes, "This should be our thing." Before we ever went backpacking or anything like that. And I remember like we wanted to come home and like get into it. And we did like day hikes and whatnot. We never got quite like into it the way we're into it now, but I remember it being like a topic of discussion.
Yeah.
It's like, this would be cool.
So
it's a lot easier if you're in Colorado.
Let's continue through the topic, right? Where we are obsessed,
Yes.
right? We want to go. We're
locked in.
obviously doing a second trip, right? So for the second trip, did you guys change anything?
So much.
Second trip,
Just
not a ton.
highlights.
Not a ton.
Highlights from each. What were like two things you changed?
I didn't change a ton of gear, but stuff that I brought. Like amount of stuff.
Is
yes.
what
I immediately changed.
We can probably
that was
all
it. Yeah.
agree
100%.
that we did that.
Yeah.
And it's because I didn't go like and we last episode we kind of talked about this too, but I'm not one to go out and start buying stuff like crazy. So I still was very frugal. I think I maybe got an actual pair of boots instead of like the military ones that I just had. But I just didn't bring as much.
That's funny.
So I probably cut like close to 10 pounds just
by not bringing
not by buying lighter shit, but just
not bringing
less. So like
Yeah.
I definitely brought less food, and I definitely brought less clothes.
Yeah.
I feel like I had like full pairs of pants and like shit.
The clothing
flannel.
Only time I ever brought a spare set of pants was on the first trip. I've
Same.
never done it again. I was
Same.
like, why?
Why did I do this?
I bring pajama pants, but that's a different thing.
Pajamas.
Special.
That's a different thing.
I will
Footsies.
say I think it was a reduction of gear, not necessarily a lot of like I got a new sleeping pad because I didn't want to do the waffle pad, but like I remember the first trip I was taking like extra batteries.
Yeah, I took a lot of extra. Well, I think
I
think
man.
my second trip, I
how
even
much
took batteries,
headlight do
too.
you need, bro?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, dude.
All the headlight. I'm gonna have this on the whole
He needs
trip.
Alex needs a night
idiot.
light.
Yeah, like
He's like,
I mean,
I'm afraid of the boogeyman.
stuff like that. Like I had that. I had like this little like lantern thing that I thought like, oh man, we'll use this. Like
Lucy light.
We brought
we won't.
we brought like I know we brought playing cards on multiple trips, but I think we had more than one set. Like it was ridiculous.
I
how much
feel like
stuff
we never played once.
We didn't.
We played the
Oh
first
no, we
time.
did. We
Listen,
tried to play euchre or something.
Oh, that was the night that
We played bullshit.
Austin vomited in the.
Yeah.
We played
in the
for
tent.
like 5 minutes,
Yeah.
guys.
It was.
We never played cards on the trail. That didn't count.
I mean, that counted. We played for more than 5 minutes.
Maybe you guys did. Maybe I laid down. 'Cause
I don't even remember what we were playing, but I
Bullshit.
threw
We
up
played
after.
bullshit. Yeah,
Yeah.
you did throw
Like
up
a
after.
cat.
There's just ridiculous.
I don't think I bought anything new. I think you're right, Fife.
yeah.
I think the reduction of things that I brought was the biggest thing.
Yeah, because I mean, at least for me, after the first trip, I was in no way ready to be like, oh, okay, I know shit now. I'm gonna go buy things. Like,
I agree.
I had the bare minimum, like cheap gear that could get the job done. I was fine with that, and it was just the start of the refinement process. Of like,
I also don't think we possessed the knowledge to know that it was like
I didn't
this,
know it was
like,
shitty
layer of gear. Yeah, we like I remember thinking my pack was awesome.
Right, I thought it was fine.
It's great. Like, and
held
again,
stuff.
it is a good pack, right? But ignorance was bliss at that point. Truly,
I think you really do kind of have to learn from experience. Like, we've talked about this a couple times on the podcast before. It's like, yeah, if you can talk to people, you can listen to the podcast, you can watch reviews, you can do all these things, right? But I think if you don't experience it for yourself, you don't figure out like what corks personally are going to be the things that either are an irritation or something that you're like, yes, this is what I needed to bring every single time. Like, you're not going to know that until you actually go out and do the thing.
Yeah, I mean, we learned, you and I especially, because we both brought the fixed blade knives with the intention of like, oh, we'll split kindling and stuff, and it's like that didn't work at all. It was useless, and we're like,
watched
we gotta
a lot
move
of
into
videos on how to do that the right way, and never freaking worked.
So it's like,
so explain that a little bit.
So we had, I just had a little 6-inch fixed blade and whatever, and the idea was if you get these little branches, yay big, and you could put the blade on top and hammer down with another stick, and you can actually split it.
You split it through. You use it goes through the other side, and you just hit all the way down it.
But I mean, you got to find stuff that's perfect,
thick, right?
And when you're camping in spots that have been camped in, you're not going to find it,
right?
And so you're left with the twigs on the ground and logs, basically, or actual trees that you can't get down, or if they've fallen, you can't cut up because all you have is a little knife. So we were limited to just what we could find. and we didn't have hatchets, didn't have saws and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I know we learned that pretty quick.
Yeah.
Like, you got to be able to take something down, got to be able to carve it up,
Right.
if you want to have a decent fire.
A dead down tree,
Yes, of course, dead standing.
by the way.
Yes,
Yes, of course.
but
We learned that too.
but
Yeah.
we tried though. Didn't
You
stop
learn
us
the 7
trying.
principles of leading of trace a little bit.
I mean,
faster,
think
too,
about
as well.
that. I would
Yeah.
say the things we knew going out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I remember, this will take us back to episode 1, I think. I remember talking about when we started talking about stoves.
Oh,
Someone's
yeah.
like, oh, yeah, I'm going to bring a stove. I'm
Yeah.
like, what?
Coleman.
What?
There it is.
Yeah.
You gonna bring this?
All right,
that's
little
why
bit
we
of
have
lore,
that.
a little bit of like
That's why we
trail
have
theory
that.
lore. If anybody has recognized the Coleman stove over in the
Classic.
corner, obviously you wouldn't take that backpacking, but it's
there
kind
for a
of
very
lore
specific
with the
purpose.
first episode of Trail Theory. Where Alex was like talked about how like what we're gonna bring a Coleman stove, and we just laughed our asses out. We were just giggling. We thought the idea of bringing a big Coleman stove on the
Yeah.
trail was so funny.
And
We're
I
like
slapping
had
on
no
top of your
idea,
pack.
like, the pocket rocket type stuff. I
Yeah.
had no,
hold it like a briefcase,
Right.
It's,
no clue that stuff.
Yeah, no
exists.
clue. But hey, there it lives in infamy.
Yeah, there it is.
If there was so say like, okay, we're into this now, we're going on our second trip. You didn't get a bunch of like super expensive stuff, right? There's one piece of gear that you are going to upgrade. You're going to spend some money, you're going to upgrade. What's that one piece of gear you guys would do
From trip 1 to trip 2.
from trip 1 to trip 2?
Cooking pot.
Cooking pot?
I had.
That's not something I thought anyone was going to say, but yeah,
So
for sure.
I had the whatever the cheapest thing at Walmart was, the little cooking kit.
Yeah.
But I ended up, the ramen bomb was the big thing for the first trip, and I ended up cooking that in a freezer bag.
That was coming trip 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh baby.
Wow,
Yeah.
it was.
That was
OG.
I went right into it. But so I cooked that in a freezer bag, and I boiled the water in the pot or whatever, but it was not titanium. It was just, it's a whole kit. I used less than half of it. It had a little sponge in it. Why? Like, it was
so you
ridiculous.
can clean it, dude.
Why?
Yeah. Like, none of it made any.
Not gonna use this.
None of it made any sense. Had a little wooden spatula and stuff. I threw all that stuff away. But I don't know when I exactly upgraded, but going to the Tokes with the jet boil and having the whole kit together.
So okay, so
made
Apparatus.
cooking
Cooking
kit.
set.
Yeah,
cooking
made
set,
made
yeah.
that so much better. And the Tokes is amazing. Like, it's just the best.
Good tool.
So yeah, I think that was the most, because when I finally did make that transition, I never went back. Like,
Yeah.
that's
It's a good call. Good call. High quality cooking pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's smart.
not like food. So
You do.
Who
doesn't?
It's important to me.
Who doesn't? We eat like, dude, it's so insane.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's wild. Whatever.
I love eating out in the woods, dude.
It's great.
Creative.
Yeah.
I love eating out in the woods.
It's
yeah,
so
well,
fun.
well said.
I love doing everything in the woods.
Yeah, that's true. But like, dude,
everything.
a good meal. Like, I think though, like that's a deeper thing that I feel with like just meals.
Yeah.
Enjoying meals and food and like that scenario and environment is
See,
just like fun to
interesting you said that.
get cool.
I love cooking on my grill more than I love cooking in the kitchen.
Well, dude, okay.
Well,
go
yeah.
to work tomorrow and take your lunch out to a picnic table in the middle of the day, and your lunch will taste better.
I don't know why I don't.
Eating outside
I don't know
is
why I
so
don't
much
do
better.
that. I should do that.
I eat every lunch outside.
do you?
Really
Every single one.
nice.
Wow.
There you go.
Yeah, dude,
When I'm at work.
it's dedicated.
All right. Who wants to go
Delicious.
next? What's the one piece
the
of
one
gear you're
thing
going to
you get-
upgrade?
Ooh, I did
From
upgrade
trip
this.
1 to 2.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be.
Well,
And
There's
it's
no
good.
price
I
limit.
know.
but
I know.
Yeah.
Headlamp.
I was.
Oh, that's
I knew you were
right.
gonna say that.
That's a
Because
good-
mine
yeah.
was such a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Your little Eddie
It was
Bauer. Yeah.
terrible.
It
Yeah.
wasn't the worst one that was out on the trail at the time.
It's probably mine.
Whose was the worst?
Was
I
mine
think
the
it
worst?
might have been yours.
It's probably, it must, mine was, again, Walmart.
It
Place to be.
was.
Walmart.
The SpongeBob headlamp.
I'm not giving
it
you any-
might as well have been.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not giving brand names because I don't know them,
It
but
was
I know where I got it.
It was that.
$4.78.
Pfeiffer's like
$5,
$5. Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
$5.
That
Five-
price. That
Dude,
price doesn't even make sense.
This will light up the
No.
night.
Holy shit, we gotta buy
might as well
one.
just be a
It's
reflection.
not
This guy's
that
lost
bright.
it.
We
No,
gotta buy
That's
one.
Photoshop.
Did you get a headlamp for a price of family size ruffles? Like what, dude?
You can't even get a foot long from Subway for
Dude,
this
that's
cost.
crazy.
Oh my god. The
Yeah.
batteries aren't included, right?
Yeah, that's why I was carrying extra batteries. I'll bet that thing eats batteries like Pfeiffer eats beef.
Yeah, it probably weighs like 4 pounds too.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
That's
Yeah,
I forgot
man, roll
about that.
back. They're trying to roll that back, man. $5.
It's like hungry hippos with those batteries.
I should probably amend my answer from because that was
we
a much
gotta
more critical.
buy one. Oh,
you get
can-
a 5-pack for $23.
Don't bring extra batteries. Just bring a bunch of headlamps.
Get the whole family.
You probably
Wait,
do have to use 3 at a
I was
time.
gonna say
Yeah.
you gotta strap 3 on your head.
Yeah.
Get the whole family lost.
Yeah. Holy shit, dude. Look at that thing, man.
Oh dude, that is
Yeah.
awesome.
I'm surprised it doesn't take D batteries.
right?
Yeah, dude.
Do they hold on? Do they make anything now that takes
Some
D
kids'
batteries?
toys.
Yeah.
Some
Some
kids'
toys.
toys.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, I haven't
They're
seen a D
ridiculous.
battery since
Electrocute
'98,
the
bro.
shit
Actually,
out of
just bought a
yourself.
D battery not too long ago.
Really?
I've
Oh
got
my
like a
God.
motion light that's battery operated.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
a D battery.
Yeah, they're
Dude,
still
it's like
out
a
there.
mortar,
That's a
man.
That's a good one though.
Even
a
9
headlamp.
volts aren't really like you don't see that much anymore, but a D battery, bro.
Yeah,
Oh
a headlamp is a good one,
Look
dude.
at that. Dude,
What
that
is
thing-
what?
It's like a Nerf
Four-
gun.
Bazooka.
4 D batteries.
All right,
Jeez.
we gotta buy one of these Ozark Trail things. We gotta do it like a
We gotta
test.
We gotta do like a
Like
shitty
we gotta
gear
see like
test.
how far in front of your face can you see with this thing?
Dude.
It was less
and
than
then
20
of course
feet.
we've got to see a picture of it next to an Nalgene.
It was,
Man.
it was less than 20 feet. That
that's
was a
different.
sad. That was a sad state of
I
affairs.
really
walking
do.
through the dark. With
I
those
really
lamps.
want to do like a like a Santa. What is it? Like a Santa swap? Not Santa swap. What is it? When
The white elephant thing?
White elephant. Yeah.
Not yes, but no, but like where
Secret
it's like
Santa?
Secret Santa. But you get to replace one piece of gear with whatever you want. It's got to be the same piece of gear, but it can be like shitty. So like if I got Alex, I would probably get the Ozarks. Be like, here's this.
Here's your headlamp.
Give me your black diamonds.
Be so
Yeah.
sad, man.
It'd be funny.
Switch out somebody's trekking poles for Paul's multi-tool.
Multi-
thing.
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Bro.
90 pounds, dude.
No.
Oh man.
Dang, man, you would have a tool for everything.
You could tighten any screws.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man,
You can light
anybody
somebody's-
have anything loose?
You could light something from far
Yep,
away, you know?
yep.
Oh my god, that's
damn.
great.
Sensational.
Austin, what would you do?
I think, man, I mean, mine's personal experience because I did pour on the footwear category, so I would upgrade something like that. But I feel like that almost seems like obvious. Like even I knew,
But it wasn't obvious.
I
though.
know, but I
mean,
I even knew I was doing the wrong thing when I went out the first time. So like, that's the thing. It's like, I don't know. I would probably maybe say some component of your sleep system, like a sleeping pad, I think would be a smart thing to do because like
quality of sleep.
you're
really.
probably going to learn that it's hard to sleep out in the woods.
Yep.
Maybe especially if you didn't do a lot of car camping and this is your first time sleeping outside, how noisy it is.
Yeah.
And how like just a little bit of extra comfort is gonna go a long way for you. Because I remember not sleeping at all the first
night.
trip.
I remember that wind rolling
Rolling over the.
I was
over
so
the,
thankful to not be alone in the tent.
There was an owl.
Talking
It
about
was
this
scary.
owl.
I was
This
freaked
is
out,
the
man.
18th episode we've heard about this damn
Yeah.
owl.
Owl, dude.
Do we need to get
There's
an
bro.
owl up here somewhere too now? Austin, I'm going to piggyback on yours because I was going to go sleep system as well. But you said pad.
I think so. I just think something in the sleep
Yeah.
system, upgrade it. Make it nice and comfy for you.
I would say usually people are going to go from a synthetic. They're going to have a synthetic sleeping bag
Go to
at
the
first.
next one, Paul.
I would upgrade to a down sleeping bag, mainly because
the other-
look at that.
The other one.
Mainly,
3 over.
Mainly because oh jeez.
Paul's looking at
good
owl
Lord.
pictures.
We got
man.
owls on the screen.
we have to show the owls because people are going to be like, what are they giggling about?
Yeah. No, I'm saying sleeping bag.
Yeah,
Going with
yeah.
it down and not something synthetic. It's more packable. It's going to be warmer. I think it's just going to be all around a little bit better and more comfortable for you. Not all sleeping bags are created equal.
It will
I think-
amplify the experience if you make the sleep better.
Yeah, I think I 100% because I think this is one of the reasons why my wife doesn't enjoy backpacking is because she doesn't get any sleep. And then she wakes up, she's super, super tired after. And then you're having to do a ton of miles after the restless night. So, yeah, I think it's easier to pack down in your bag too. It doesn't take up as much real estate. That first trip, I had that North Face synthetic bag. I think it was a 20-degree bag, so I was warm. I was fine, but it was like
the
this
size of
friggin' bag.
Yeah.
It was huge. It took
Put it
up
up
my
against the
whole,
Nalgene.
It almost took up my whole backpack.
Yeah, right.
It's massive. I think we did an episode about sleeping bags, didn't we? Or sleep systems.
Do you still have it?
Yeah, I think you brought.
Yeah, I think I brought it.
Yeah.
If we had it, it'll be linked up here. But yeah, I would say sleeping bag is probably something that would be like the next thing to invest in. Plus, you're going to save some weight too.
Yeah, and Austin hinted at it, but we should probably mention it. So, like your first trip, you're really going to test. You'll know quickly whether you made it the right choice on boots or not.
Poor decisions will reveal themselves quickly.
Yes,
Quickly, dude.
And if not, that's probably going to be one of the first things you want to go address. Because I mean, the whole thing you're doing
It's so important.
is walking.
It's so
Yeah.
important.
So okay, so
It's
let's
the most
think about
important
it.
thing.
Let's frame it a different way then, because I'm curious what everyone's perspective is. What was something at the end of, like, we talk about our body hurting? What is something after the first trip where you were like, oh damn, like I got to do this better, or
Like,
did your feet hurt
physically?
Like, I remember like thinking I need to exercise a little bit differently because my body was sore
Yeah.
in different ways.
I started running.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
I
about
think
when I started running.
my big thing was the like we were talking about the weight of my boots.
Yeah,
Because there was so
yours
much
were big. Yeah.
there was so much stepping up
Makes
that
a big,
it actually
makes a big
strained.
impact.
It strained like the back of my
Yeah.
underside
The
of my
knee
legs.
pit.
The knee pit,
the
basically.
knee pit.
So like, yeah, that didn't make me think of like, oh, I need to do different things physically, but I need to change things so that doesn't happen again.
and that's, I guess, my point.
And
Like,
also
what was
just not realizing how much, like, there's a lot of steps. Like if you anything, whether it's weight or boots or any one thing, multiply it by 60,000 steps, and it's like, okay, now
I,
gotta do
a lot of walking.
Yeah.
Once a week at the gym, and it's not for a long time, but it's for backpacking. Once a week, 15, 20 minutes on the Stairmaster.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
That'd make a
And
huge
that's
difference.
for backpacking specifically. Because like everything else I do is just like to be fit in
General
the gym.
fitness,
but like
yeah.
that is like, all right, I'm gonna keep doing this, so when we go hike some insane peaks like the Gothics at Adirondacks, we're going to be I'm gonna be fit.
Yeah.
Be
The other
ready.
was and it was both a like needing to get physically just more attuned to it, and also reducing pack weight, but the shoulders strain.
Shoulders,
Yeah.
were
Which
sore.
was just
Sore as hell.
Your first, dude.
Your first
I
trip
can
is going to
feel
be
my
like,
shoulders the way they felt right now. Like, ugh.
Yeah.
I
is
feel like that is
pain.
also how you wear your pack. I feel like that's something that you end up needing to
Yeah.
figure
You
out
learn-
too. You'll learn more in your second
start
trip.
tugging
where,
on some straps. And
yeah, like you
just see what
usually have
happens.
some loaders up at the top here where
Yeah.
you can pull the pack.
Dude,
a
I
little bit
went
tighter.
so long our first trip without realizing it. I
not
remember when I
knowing.
did that. It was,
I mean,
I was like,
oh my god, it feels so much better.
oh, that's
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
And also
hours
how
into the
to
trip.
how to pack your pack.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a big thing that you would like just after your first trip, like even like the things that you're going to need in order of when you'll need them. So like, you don't need your sleeping bag. So you obviously put that at the bottom, right? You want to pack all the heavy stuff towards the middle of your back. Like just figuring out how your pack feels while it's on you.
Right, for sure.
Is something that I think really changed for my second trip.
I just remember, dude, just chucking stuff inside that bag.
Yeah.
I mean,
You're just
I
like, I'm
had,
going to
like,
fit whatever you
bags and
can
stuff
wherever.
for a couple things, but like,
Yeah.
dude, man, it was just like it was like going to the grocery store and just chucking it in the bag.
If we looked at that now, I'd be like, did I pack this blindfolded?
Yeah,
Like,
dude,
this is
reckless
bad.
abandon,
For
man.
real. Like just
No
trying
idea.
to make everything fit in there, and that was it.
Here's a thought, not gear related, when it comes to planning your second trip. Because you're probably, after your first one, like, obviously, hopefully you've done some research and all that kind of stuff on the trail that you picked and the
Yeah.
miles that you did, but you're probably going to have a better idea of, like, did I do too many miles? Was that not enough? What about elevation or region? Like, do I want to try something totally different? Like, you know, and probably have a different way of how you research the trip and what to look for. You know, I know that
that's good thought.
I think that like after our first one, the one thing that like surprised me after the first trip was like there were definitely some areas where like pretty swampy and wet.
Yeah.
You know, and that was definitely a game plan. Like for the second one, like I need to prepare, you know, a little bit. Obviously, boots and shoes are one thing, but like especially with like change of socks.
Yep.
Keeping those feet dry, stuff like that. So, not even second trip, but like it wasn't until like I think our fourth or fifth trip where we encountered a really big river crossing.
Yeah.
And that changed. Like, I absolutely started bringing Crocs, mainly for that reason, not even for the camp, just so I had something to, like, put on my feet.
Yeah, that changed for everybody after our first trip as we started bringing some camp shoes after.
Yeah.
Which seems so ridiculous to go without now. It's like...
Yeah, could you imagine just having to be in your boots the whole time?
I can, because it happened.
Well, I mean, yeah, but now not, you know, knowing hindsight, like, oh my God, you just get your feet out of the boots, you make them just break a little bit.
The at camp relaxing at our first trip was like I undid my shoelaces a little bit and just loosened. And
that's still grinding.
Or you ever do the trick where you take your shoes off and you just put them on your shoe like that?
Nope.
On your foot? Like
no, you just like set your foot
stand on top of your boot.
No, while sitting.
Oh, well, at that point, just
I don't know if I've ever done that.
I do that. I do that.
I mean, we're all wearing Crocs anyway, so what's the difference? But
no. Like,
you're right. It feels great
when you don't want to put your foot on the ground. You know,
yeah.
But you want to take it out of the shoe.
You just have your little sit pad. That's what that's
for. Sure. Yeah.
Well, I didn't have either of those. I didn't have Crocs or a foot pad for my first trip, so I did that.
So I think it's funny. Thinking about our second trip, we very early on, we were focused on ridiculous things, like the most miles, like the most elevation,
right,
and like we
were trying to make it the hardest trip.
Well, you know why?
I mean, and then like
we're dumb.
We didn't even see any crazy views until maybe like
Perry.
2 or 3 years in, where we were just like, oh shit, that's a view, man. Like we drove further for it.
Yeah. The whole mentality was, and it kind of makes sense, the fact that it was 11 months after our first trip, we went on our second, is we were able to do it so infrequently. It's like we gotta make it worth everything.
I think that's
out.
probably what it
Let's take advantage of the miles.
This is our one
we
shot.
Got 3
we
days.
gotta get as
How
much
many
as
miles
possible.
can we do?
Yeah,
right.
I think you're
see
right.
as many things as we can.
Man,
this is our one shot. We can't miss our chance.
This opportunity comes once in a lifetime.
That was dumb.
Now we can't post this episode, guys.
Yeah, right.
Now this episode's going to have a trillion followers.
Em's going to get all up in our shit.
We butchered it enough that I don't think we'll catch. Yeah, it was, and I specifically remember saying that, and saying that in like our planning meetings is like, hey,
we gotta go
send it hard. We gotta send it. How much can we pack in? There were times we were doing 2 nights, not 3, and we were looking at like 30+ miles.
Yeah,
dude,
it was dumb.
We were wrenching on miles.
Not smart.
I also think like after a few of the trips coming under our belt, we just wanted to have a few that were just like kind of relaxing, and we were just kind of like, we do 6 miles in a day, and that's easy, and we get to camp really, really early, and
and now we know,
hang out.
Based on experience, how to create that kind of trip.
And our newfound hacky sack skills.
Oh, we're so good at hacky.
So I think when you're going from your first to second, try to look at how the first one went and design what's the kind of trip you're actually trying to hit. Is it intense?
Yeah.
And you want to
when you're backpacking, you're going to camp intense unless you're going to hammock.
Is it
right?
Is it for difficulty's sake? Or
that's what we wanted.
That's pretty much what we were after for our first several.
Do you think beforehand we thought that?
No, it's just that's what it ended up being.
Yeah, because I don't remember being like, I want it to kick my butt.
I do think I actually for our first trip, I'm like, you know what? I'm okay with carrying more weight because this is supposed to be a workout. I'm like gonna try to get.
I do
more
remember.
fit
I
during
think
the trip.
I think see, in my opinion, like from what I remember, I think we underestimated how hard 30 miles would be. I think we were like, no, that's
for sure.
We can walk 30 miles. Yeah.
Well, and that's something I think that after your first trip, you're like, okay, well, shit.
Kind of have an idea of what I can do.
Yeah. And I think that kind of goes to the point where you were making earlier. It's like now I know the experience of having to have the 30 pounds on my back, and I know that I have to walk
so much more knowledge.
Yeah.
After just one trip, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
The things that oh my gosh,
it is kind of wild. Paul, is there anything that you realized after your first trip? Because you didn't come to Dolly with us the first time, but you did a first trip without all of us.
Yeah, I did. When you guys did Dolly, I think by that time I was maybe 2 or 3 trips in.
Oh, okay.
Big baller.
Well, this guy was more experienced, yet he had a huge external pack.
Yeah. No, there was a lot. It goes back to like just reducing.
Yeah.
So much. I mean, my pack, my sleeping bag, not bringing a gun.
That's right.
Not bringing in like an axe. There was just so much stuff that I didn't need to use.
Yeah.
Paul was going out fighting zombies. You're like,
new trail name is Heat.
Yeah. So yeah, it was mostly like, all right, I
just
brought
reduce.
way too much
Yeah.
stuff. It's just this is unnecessary.
I'm gonna call him Paul of Duty.
Oh man.
Mr. Cod. Yeah.
Oh, it's carrying an armory
Paul
with you.
Clancy.
I had my hand on it.
007 over
Ready to
here.
go.
Anytime another hiker's like passing you,
Yeah.
what are you gonna do?
Yeah, tensions were high.
I'm ready.
Finger on the trigger.
He had it tucked into his waist belt. He just lifted his shirt.
It looks like it's our campsite.
Not gonna have any problems tonight, are we?
9mm isn't big, but it's big enough to own this campsite.
I'll be putting my tent right here.
Oh my God.
Just reduce. You don't need as much as you think.
Yeah.
Don't.
You can tough it out.
Yeah. You really can.
How many times have you taken things out? And I'm sure we've all been there. And it happens far less frequently now, but where there's things you don't use.
Every trip.
Probably every trip still.
No, I think I use everything.
Well,
I would say the last 3 trips I use everything still.
I'm assuming you're leaving out things that, the only reason you bring them is as a just in case. Like a first aid kit, you hope you never have to use.
Okay, maybe that.
If you do bring a poncho, the whole purpose is like, and I don't bring it anymore, but
I don't bring a poncho.
I brought it on many trips and never used it.
Right.
And it's like, that was kind of the point.
Like safety net stuff, right?
Okay, rain jacket, yes. First aid, yes. But those are a necessity to have.
Right, those are things you hope to not
I'm
to
looking
be
at my
prepared.
lighter pack right now, and I'm going to tell you if I used everything. So, did I use my backpack? Yes.
Debatable.
Did I use my sleeping pad?
All right.
Yes.
Just come on.
I'm kidding. Relax, dude.
7 years later.
I'm just kidding.
Poncho's a good one though, I would say. Because and I also used to take a garbage bag to put my pack in at night.
Which I use I still do.
I do that too, yeah.
I think I used everything except for and I talked about this last episode, but the Zippo lighter that dried up.
Yeah.
Like a
But
dead
you
leaf.
attempted to use
tried to
it.
use
I attempted to use it. Yeah. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't use my swim trunks because we just didn't have an opportunity.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
But that was about it. I think I
but
used
if we had an
everything.
opportunity, you may
I would have used it.
right?
Yeah, for
so
sure.
It was a good
I
thing
just-
to take.
And then I
Just do
didn't.
my boxers.
Thankfully, I didn't have to use my med kit. So,
So
Yeah.
it's not necessarily a
yeah.
matter of reduction, just a matter of what you needed,
I think
what
I've
was
been-
necessary.
I think I've been pretty efficient. The last
Those
few
are very
trips.
different than I didn't use the 3 extra shirts and 1 extra pair of pants that I
right.
brought.
That's I think where I was going. Right.
think that's
I
why-
took a shitload of clothes the first trip. It's
I think that's why
Crazy.
creating a lighter pack, and we have no stock in lighter pack, but like creating your own lighter
pack.
Speak
for yourself, clown.
Invest.
It's great because the way they have that set up is you put all your stuff in, you put what it is, you can create categories, you can put the weight in there if you want, you can put links, all this stuff. But there are stars, and the stars I think are like a black, a red, a green, yellow, and a yellow. So there's different things, and I think creating a lighter pack is great because if you do go through it after your trip is over and you're like, okay, first trip's done, what did I need to do differently for the second trip that I'm going to do here?
Right.
But you can go through and you can star, okay, so I didn't use my knife.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to put that red.
Do I really need that next trip?
Did I use spare batteries? No, I didn't use spare batteries, so that's red now. So when you go through for your next trip and you're going to pack all your stuff, it's like, okay, cool. Now I can visually see it was a year ago. Do it now.
Yeah.
Right? So that's, I know that you guys talk about that when you're in the car driving home.
You got to start that notes.
Start your notes right now.
And I pull it up just now because we were talking about it. So after I've talked about this before, on the way back from the trip, I'll like pull up my notes that I have and I'll put like, hey, this is what I want to change. Like I have two things from the last trip. Like one is somebody else had one of these and I thought it was dope. It's a hydro pack flask. For your Catadine to just be on top. Like, I love that. That's so sweet. I'm definitely getting one of those for the trip because the flask that it comes with is fine, but, you know, it's a little thin. The hydro flask is, like, pretty robust.
You guys have some... Yeah, I've never had an issue with my original thing.
Yeah, I haven't, but that thing is just so cool to have. Like, plus, like...
It's great.
I've had a leak, so that's why I got the hydro pack.
And then this is so general, but better backpacking organizational tools.
Sure.
So like that's, I don't even want to get into that. That's just something that I can deal with and try to like figure out.
Yeah. But doing it in the moment where it's like that way you're not trying to think back in 11 or whatever months where you're like, well, I don't remember, how did I do that? It's like, well, if you write it down like as a negative or a positive.
I feel like there have definitely been times where I'm on the train and I'm like, man, last time I talked about changing this and here I am having the same issue. I should have fixed it, you know? So take notes and do it like soon, like right after your trip. Like I definitely don't suggest whipping out your phone and typing out your notes in the middle of the woods because everyone's trying to avoid that. But
that's one of the reasons why I like journaling now.
The journaling,
I journaled each of the nights and stuff like that. You can put that stuff down in there too.
Backpacking isn't one of those things that you can just like you have to. There's a certain level of preparation that goes to it.
For sure.
You can't just like chuck shit in a bag and go out. Like it.
It's dangerous.
You can, but
it's dangerous though. You don't know what you're gonna have. You don't know if it's. You got to.
You have to think through it, and I guess like when you're thinking about between 1 and 2, it is like when you get off the trail, make sure to take notes or think about where your opportunities to be better. Where like that's part of it. Like, and I guess I feel like if you're into it, that's one of the things about like you really think about your gear and you think about what you take out there, especially after the first trip, because then you've already got that experience where it's like, damn, that thing was heavy.
Or just how you like prepare for the trail that you're gonna do. Like, it all goes back into being prepared for everything. I think just
and knowing. And I think because we've seen this is you said that, Alex, about you don't just chuck stuff in a pack. I feel, and we've seen people that it definitely seems like that's what they did. And I think when that happens, like our first trip, you're more likely to way overpack than underpack.
Oh, you're gonna have more than you need.
You're gonna have what you need. You're gonna have way more. But I think like our approach has always been, the refinement, reduce, and trying to make it easier so we can do more. Right. We always want to, if we can make it easier on our bodies, we can do more and we can see more. We can get the views and all that stuff. But I don't know. I don't know if I feel like people who've come across on the trail could just be totally content with like, I've got my 45-pound pack.
I think there are people out there that have a ton of stuff and 100% are cool with it.
Yeah.
I have it if I need it.
Yeah.
And they just accept carrying it.
And cast iron pan guy might be one of them. It's
pierogi
boy. And maybe that's just because, and that, you're listening to this is like, I don't want to go do 10 miles a day, 12 miles a day, 15 miles a day. I want to have a heavier pack, be super comfortable, and do 5 or 6, and just camp. And
sounds
it's like,
awesome.
Cool. That's like if that's your refinement process to get to that point.
And let me know when you go. I'll come with.
And some people want the stuff, right? Like I don't want to have to compromise this thing at camp. I want to carry this chair, or I want this heavy trowel. Like, so
I think everyone's sort of process and journey on that is their own, and it's like just. I mean,
we're all willing to carry extra things.
Always be refining to what the kind of trip that you want to get, and so you can make that as. It's always about making the trip as awesome as possible.
Yeah, I think that's a funny point because you think about like what's the reason for wanting to get like lighter and more efficient and bringing less things. It is to really do more.
Yeah.
It's to get more out of nature, funny, so you're not held back by all the stuff,
and also feel better too. Just you're physically feel better about it, and the lighter your pack is, the more miles you can get.
Plus, I hate the clutter.
Like
I just don't want shit. Like
also the
everywhere.
whole and like to get out the whole. At least for me, one of the whole reasons is like simplicity and minimalism is like I want to be out with as little, only exactly what I need, right? Because and then get as close to being out on your own in the wilderness and surviving on nature as possible,
right?
And that part feels, I feel like a fun challenge.
Yeah, exactly.
Where it's like I want to look at my thing and say, oh, I used everything.
Yeah, right.
Exactly, like to a T, and like I had no leftover food. Every meal was full. Like that would be the perfect trip.
Yeah,
right? Yeah. Is it possible? I mean, I guess it is.
Another thing with like efficiency and like trying to be like just I had a new tent that I brought the last trip, and like one of the reasons I got it is because like it's so light, it's really nice, it's like perfect. But one of the things that I didn't even think about is like it takes like 90 seconds to put up.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate fiddling with shit when I'm out in the middle of the woods. Like, I don't want things to be complicated. So that was another thing that I realized. I was like, oh, this is like, this is a part of the efficiency.
And then I can just enjoy the camp.
This is part of the efficiency of just like being like, okay, what I learned that I like not fiddling with poles and all that crap with my tent. I like to just do my thing and be done and not have to mess around. So efficiency is another big thing with it. And we talked about that with like, making sure, like your pack is packed correctly and all that kind of stuff. And how to like everything. Hey, my sleeping bag goes first, then my tent goes on the side, then I put my cooking stuff and then my clothes, and then like figuring that puzzle piece, the Tetris of your pack is really important as well.
Yeah.
Pack Tetris.
We don't really have pack Tetris with my pack though.
No, you evolved past Tetris and just
what would you
they're
call
all
that?
squares.
Just stacking.
Yeah, just stacking squares.
Stacking cube.
Yeah, stacking. If that's not the slogan for it, I don't know what should be.
Yeah, right.
Man.
Oh man, what do you guys think?
I think I want to go backpacking. We're going in September. Great.
Yeah, it's not going to be too long now.
I know.
We don't have to wait.
Excited.
We don't have to wait 11 months.
11 months, dude, get out of here.
We don't even have a route, but we got a destination.
Kind of close to that for me, but.
Well, we hope you guys enjoyed this. We hope that if you are going on your second trip, you have a great trip. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe down below, and then
be safe.
Be safe. Yeah. Email is trail3pod@gmail.com. Comment if you have any questions. We'll see you next time.
I gotta take a number 2.
Oh, God.
I don't know. Second trip, number 2, whatever.
The Trail Theory Podcast is sponsored by Audimute and Audio Technica. Music by Dan Koch.